Court, let's call the case. People versus Ahmed. Is it Enrinrich? Right? Probably said that wrong.
Alex Chavalowski for the people.
Mr. Overwater.
Sorry, Your Honor. Ken Overwater, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mr. Ehrenreich.
State your name, sir. Mr.
Mr. Ehrenreich,
Ehrenreich.
can you state your name for the judge?
Yes, my name is Amit Ehrenreich.
Okay.
At the same time,
All right.
I do not have anyone representing me.
You don't?
No.
Okay. You
No, no,
don't want somebody representing you?
I will be representing myself, Your Honor, if I may.
Have you discussed that with Mr. Overwater of the Public Defender's Office?
I have not. I do not know Mr. Overwater.
Your Honor, if I may, I went to the jail yesterday to meet with Mr. Ehrenreich. One of the deputies brought him to the cell. He looked at me, and evidently he told the deputy he didn't know who I was, so he refused to meet with me. The deputy tried to encourage him to sit down and talk to me. He continued to refuse to do so, and then he left. Based on that, the information that I was given by the deputy I spoke with, as well as the allegations in the police report, I'm concerned that there may be an issue of competency. Obviously, I have not been able to speak to Mr. Ehrenreich, so I cannot verify that independently. What I was planning to ask for is for the court to admonish Mr. Ehrenreich to at least consider speaking to me and to adjourn the probable cause conference for that purpose. If he is resolute in his intention to represent himself and to refuse to speak with me, then I would leave it in the court's discretion.
If I might jump in, Judge. Torshio Feaster, Assistant Public Defender. Judge, I did represent Mr. Ehrenreich at a probation violation, a PPO violation about a week and a half ago. So he does know who I am. And at that time we spoke, he said he wanted to represent himself on the PPO violation, but he did want our office to help him on the new felony charge. So maybe he didn't speak to Mr. Overwater because he did not realize he's with our office. But I would, on behalf of Mr. Overwater, I think, ask for an adjournment and ask our client, please speak to him about this matter moving forward.
Mr. Ehrenreich?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you hear Mr. Feaster?
I heard partially. One of the guards was speaking on his communication device, and I could not really hear what was going on.
Oh, okay. You had a hearing in circuit court on a PPO violation?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. You remember the attorney that was representing you at that hearing, Mr. Feaster?
I do remember Mr. Feaster, and I believe the judge was Mr. Conlin, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right. Okay, that's right. So Mr. Feaster stepped in.
I cannot hear.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, yes.
Okay, Mr. Feaster just stepped in right now to let you know that Mr. Overwater, who you wouldn't speak to, that they're part of the same office. So you didn't know who Mr. Overwater was when he came to talk to you, but he and Mr. Feaster work in the same office. And I don't know if you were aware of that or not.
I understand what you're telling me, Your Honor. I understand. I was not
Okay.
aware of that.
Okay. So here's what, go ahead.
At the same time, Your Honor, I would appreciate at this point representing myself.
Okay, here's what
I will mention, Your Honor, that at the circuit court, I spoke very clearly, and Judge Conlin, for whatever reason, postponed the discussion, or he didn't want to hear what. I'm not exactly sure. Bless you. I'm not exactly sure what went on. I admitted to having gone to that street where that person lives.
No, Mr. Ehrenreich, please don't say anything about the substance of the case. Anything you can be used against you. So please don't say anything like we discussed last time. Please wait and speak to Mr. Overwater and let him try to help you. You're facing a 5-year felony.
Mr. Ehrenreich, if you don't understand what happened in court, it might be because you need the assistance of an attorney.
All right, Mr. Ehrenreich, here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to rule on your motion right at this moment to represent yourself. What I want you to do is talk to the public defender, and after talking with the public defender, you can make an informed decision as to whether or not that's what you want to do. Okay? So I'll hear you out on it. It's just that I'm not going to hear you out on it today. I want you to talk with them and make sure that you're clear on where you're headed with this. Because it sounds like there's a lot that you're dealing with in terms of the PPO violation, this case, and it could carry some severe consequences. And I just want to make sure that you talk to somebody before you make that decision. All right?
Your Honor, I appreciate what you're telling me, and I understand everything clearly. At the same time, I have done almost nothing. I do not understand why what I did not hurt a fly. I did not.
Okay.
Cause
All
any
right.
harm.
Mr. Ehrenreich, I don't want you to say anything about the facts of the case. I will explain what happened and why you're in jail, what you're charged with. I'll explain everything to you if you will let me meet with you.
I do not wish to meet with Mr. Overwater, with all due respect to him.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Ehrenreich, let me ask you this. You met with Mr. Feaster, correct?
I've had a video conference with him. I have not met with him in person.
Okay. All right. So I don't know, and I'm not going to interfere on who's going to meet with whose cases are assigned. The public defender's office now knows that. So it might be Mr. Feaster that you meet with. Okay. But in any event, particularly given what you said, that you're not sure why you're there or anything else along those lines, I want you to meet with an attorney that can explain that to you. All right. And then you can make the decision as to whether or not you want to go forward and how. Okay.
Your Honor, I understand the situation completely.
Well, no, you don't, because you don't know what you did that has you where you are. And you just said that to me. So you don't understand it all. And I've got to make sure that you do. And one of the ways I can make sure that you do is to have you talk with somebody so they can at least explain why you're where you are right now. Okay? And that's so, Mr. Ehrenreich, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do it to protect your rights. So I'm going to tell you that when they come down to talk with you, I need you to talk with them at least, okay? And then we'll come back, and then you can make your decision about what you want to do.
Your Honor, I respect everything that you say. At the same time, I do not wish to waste anybody's time. And from my point of view, I'm willing to proceed. I know exactly why I'm in jail. I know what I've done. I know what I didn't do.
Well, you just told me a little while ago, Mr. Ehrenreich, you didn't know.
No,
and now you're telling me you know. That leads me to believe that I may have to order a competency on you. I don't want to do that. Okay? Mr. Ehrenreich, I'm going to implore you to speak with an attorney first. Because you're telling me one thing, then you're telling me something else. And that may lead me down a path that I don't know that you want to go to or go down.
It says the connection is unstable. I'm not exactly sure, Mr. Gibbs.
Still hear you.
Okay. Your Honor, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, all right. It just displayed the connection is unstable. I just want to be very clear on what I said in order to avoid any confusions or misunderstandings. I know wholeheartedly why I'm in jail. I know what I've done. I'm willing to hold
Well-
myself accountable. I'm willing to hold myself accountable for what I've done. The thing I do not understand, and that's what I meant when I communicated that, I do not understand how what I've done is got to a point where if
Okay,
I feel felony, if I feel
Mr.
felony is
Ehrenreich.
being,
Mr. Ehrenreich, that's
Yes,
the
Your Honor.
problem. That's the problem. You need somebody to explain what, if you're saying you did something,
yes,
and I don't want you to say what you did. If you said you did something, but you don't understand what the consequences of that are, that's a problem. And so I'm going to get an attorney to you. I'm going to ask you to speak with them so at least they can explain that to you. Then you can make your decision about whether you want them to help you and represent or whether or not you want to do it yourself. But Mr. Ehrenreich, I'm done. That's what I'm going to do. It's up to you now to talk to the attorney so that you have as much information as you want. If you don't want to do that, you might want to tell me now so I can order a competency.
I rather represent myself. I rather not speak to an attorney. I do not feel that competency is needed. However, if Your Honor, if you would like to do that, it is up to you. You're the judge.
Oh, I am. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to order a competency a forensic evaluation, given what I've heard from the defendant on the record and what apparently is a confusion on a number of different levels. I'll set that competency hearing for
You want to do 60 or 90?
60.
Tuesday, November 21st.
That'll be set for Tuesday, November 21st. November 21st, 2023, 9 a.m. Mr. Overwater, can you please prepare the orders for the court signature, please?
I will prepare that order. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
This case highlights an important legal principle regarding self-representation in criminal proceedings. Under U.S. law, defendants do have the right to represent themselves, but that right is not absolute. Courts must first ensure that the defendant fully understands the charges, the potential consequences, and the risks involved in proceeding without legal counsel. In this hearing, the key issue was not a specific legal argument, but whether the defendant clearly understood the situation he was facing. The judge repeatedly encouraged the defendant to speak with the public defender so the charges and possible penalties could be explained in detail. However, the defendant declined to meet with the attorney and gave inconsistent statements about whether he understood why he was in jail and how the case reached that point. Because of those inconsistencies, the judge raised a legitimate procedural concern: competency. Courts have a legal duty to ensure that a defendant is mentally capable of understanding the proceedings and assisting in their own defense. When a judge believes there may be confusion or lack of understanding, a competency evaluation can be ordered. The main takeaway from this case is that courts must balance a defendant's right to self-representation with the responsibility to ensure the defendant is capable of making informed legal decisions.